Welcome to Next Travel Videos. In this episode, we will briefly review interesting facts about Registan Square, which is one of the major and most popular attractions located in Samarkand. Registan Square, located in Samarkand, Uzbekistan, is one of the most iconic landmarks in Central Asia. Its history spans over several centuries, reflecting the cultural and architectural evolution of the region. The Registan Square has its origins in the 15th century during the Timurid dynasty, a Turco-Mongol empire founded by Timur, also known as Tamerlane. It was originally a bustling commercial center, surrounded by markets, caravanserais, and religious institutions. The Registan was a public square, where people gathered to hear royal proclamations, heralded by blasts on enormous copper pipes called zarkis, and a place of public executions. It is framed by 3 madrasahs of distinctive Islamic architecture. Madrasa is the Arabic word for any type of educational institution, secular or religious, whether for elementary education or higher learning. The characteristic blue tiles of Samarkand can be seen decorated on each of the 3 madrasahs that surround the central square. These madrasahs are some of the world's oldest of their kind, each offering its own history and function. The first structure to be built on the square was the Ulugh Beg madrasa, constructed by Ulugh Beg, the grandson of Timur. Ulugh Beg was himself a scholar and scientist who stood out mainly in the field of astronomy, known primarily for its highly accurate star maps, although they were made without using telescopes. It is evident how the worldview and interests of Ulugh Beg were reflected in the madrasa project. For example, its decorative elements fully respect the Islamic ban on the representation of living beings, using mainly geometric and calligraphic motifs, as is usual in most Islamic religious buildings. Nevertheless, some considerable freedoms were taken on the facade. Facade is decorated with tessellated elements that form a stunning set of constellations, which can be interpreted as a reference to the passion of the founder of the madrasa for astronomy. In fact, it is known that part of the building was used for some time as an astronomical observatory. Later, however, a building designed specifically for this purpose was built and named after the Ulugh Beg. Very little remains from Ulugh Beg Observatory today because it was destroyed by religious fanatics in 1449, shortly after Ulugh Beg's death. Note that the Ulugh Beg Madrasa was built in 1417 to 1420 and was one of the best clergy universities of the Muslim Orient in the 15th century. The second building that was built on the square was Sher-Dor Madrasa. The name of this madrasa means lion-bearing. It was commissioned by Yalangtish Bahadur, who ruled Samarkand during the Shaybanid dynasty. The Sher-Dor Madrasa was built in 1619 to 1636. One of its most distinctive features is the depiction of 2 roaring tigers or lions, hence the name, that face each other on the central Iwan, a vaulted hall or space. These tiger or lion depictions are symbolic and add to the overall aesthetic appeal of the madrasa. They serve as powerful and majestic representations, reflecting the grandeur and strength associated with these creatures. The third building that was built on the square was Tilya-Kori Madrasa. This madrasa, whose name means gilded bowl, was built by Yalangtish Bahadur's son, Yalangtish Muhammad. It was primarily focused on Islamic theology and law. The Tilya-Kori Madrasa was built in 1646 to 1660. It was not only a residential college for students, but also played the role of grand mosque. It has a 2-storied main facade and a vast courtyard fringed by dormitory cells, with 4 galleries along the axis. The mosque building is situated in the western section of the courtyard. The main hall of the mosque is abundantly gilded. Registan Square has been the epicenter of numerous historical events and activities over the centuries. Registan Square has witnessed periods of conflict and warfare, which have resulted in some damage. During the 12th century, the Mongol Empire, under the leadership of Genghis Khan and his successors, conducted a series of devastating invasions across Central Asia. Samarkand, including Registan Square, fell under Mongol control. The city and its architectural structures likely suffered damage during this period. After the death of Timur, or Tamerlane, in the late 14th century, his empire faced internal conflicts and succession disputes among his descendants. These conflicts could have led to damage to various structures in Samarkand, including the Registan Square. In the 16th century, the Uzbek Shaybanid dynasty, which originated from the region, conquered Samarkand and established their rule. The city may have seen some damage or alterations during this period of transition. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, Samarkand came under Russian rule as part of Russian Turkestan. Under Soviet rule, efforts were made to preserve and restore historical sites in Samarkand, including the Registan Square. After the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991, Uzbekistan gained independence and placed a renewed emphasis on preserving its cultural heritage. The architecture of the Registan Square is a prime example of Timurid-era Islamic architecture, characterized by intricate tilework, mosaics, and ornate facades. The square's layout reflects the importance placed on religious and educational institutions in Timurid society, with the three madrasahs facing each other, across a large courtyard. The Registan Square has been a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 2001. Today, Registan Square is a major tourist attraction, drawing visitors from around the world to admire its stunning architecture and learn about the history of the region. It also serves as a venue for cultural events, including music festivals, traditional dance performances, and other celebrations. Overall, the Registan Square stands as a testament to the rich history and cultural heritage of Samarkand and Central Asia as a whole. It is a symbol of the architectural and intellectual achievements of the Timurid dynasty and continues to be a source of pride for the Uzbek people. We hope that you enjoyed this short video and find it useful for planning your trip to Uzbekistan. Please note that you can also find a series of other videos featuring many interesting attractions in Uzbekistan either on the channel homepage or using a link published in the comments section of this video. Also, please do not forget to subscribe to our channel. This could help you to find next interesting attraction that you can visit on your next trip. If you liked this video, please give us a like, and also, if you are planning to go on a trip with your friends or other members of your family, feel free to share this video with them. We will continue sharing our experiences from visiting other major attractions around the world, and we'll share new episodes about other interesting attractions in Uzbekistan and other popular destinations around the world, so don't forget to subscribe and watch new episodes. Thanks again for watching.